My name is Shaffer. I am currently 53, but I was 47 when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I am currently a fourth grade teacher at Gombert Elementary School. Well, I was over 40, so doing my annual mammograms, and it was February. I was on my way to a basketball game. One of my boys, I can't even remember who. It was a night game, so after work, I went straight to screening place, got my mammogram, left, got late to the game, so I missed the beginning of the game, but I remember sitting there just thinking like, okay, check, I can check that off my list of things I had to do. And 2 days later, I was at work, and I got a phone call from the center telling me that there was something abnormal, which happens all the time, so I didn't think much of it, but they wanted me to come in like that afternoon. They wanted to do an ultrasound. And when they showed the picture or the image, it was obvious that there was a black mark in the middle. At that point, they said that you may want to call your husband or whatever, we have some concerns. And as we were sitting there, they said, we really think it's important that you get a biopsy to see what's going on here. So it was a Thursday night, and I believe everybody was playing in the basement. Megan was away at school, and we got the phone call. Basically, he said that I had cancer for sure. They wanted to talk to me about surgery and, see what the next steps were. We called the boys upstairs, and Dad went down to get them, and we were sitting at the kitchen table. Of course, I couldn't do the talking, so Dad did the talking, and everybody was great. We said that no matter what, we'd get through it. So that was like the first step and the hardest step, I think, besides surgery and all that. We had opted to do a double mastectomy because even though it was just in one, I didn't want that fear of it ever coming back. I wanted to know that I took care of it and it was gone and it wasn't going to come back. I was just back to teaching third grade, so it's my first year back. I'm nervous about keeping my job and what does that mean. But I had to be out for 6 weeks after the surgery, which took me right up to spring break. Post that, I had found out from the doctor that I had to do chemo. And the way I had to take it was every 2 weeks for 8 rounds, so 16 weeks. So that was going to start right after spring break or soon thereafter and run all the way through July. I don't know how I did what I did, but I wanted to keep working. I would be the best word I can describe it is numb. Like the rest of the weekend, I was just numb. You don't feel good, you feel sick to your stomach, you're sitting in a room with a bunch of people, like Mima and Pop-Up would come over, or family would come over and visit, and everybody would be talking, and I just couldn't be part of the conversation. So I tried to go back on Mondays, and I would go in. I went in one Monday, but I had a sub planned anyways, and literally I couldn't even log into my computer. So then the plan was every time I had chemo, I would have to take half day on Friday and then come back on Tuesday. One of my favorite stories from my students that year is I went to get my hair shaved and got a wig, and so I walked in that first day after spring break with this new hair, right? And it's awkward and feels weird, and I walked into class and the students are walking in after spring break, kind of forgot that I was gone for 6 weeks, but they're like, hey, great to see you. And one little boy stops in his tracks, little boy even, not a girl, and looks up at me and he's like, hey, you have a new hairstyle, cool, and walked right past me, and I just thought, okay, I can do this. Then that's where I wanted to be. I think it helped me keep my mind off things and keep moving. You have to have a purpose, right? And besides my kids and my family and, things that wanted to make me live, of course, I needed a purpose every day to get up and go do something. My friends and neighbors had dinners coming, and they did things for you guys. And besides the support of my friends, the support of my family was even better. You and Kevin and your friends decided that you were going to shave your heads, and nobody asked you to do that. On top of it, Mr. Brian, you put pink braces on your teeth, which was huge, which also got the dentist involved, or the orthodontist, who paid for your braces because of your story. Definitely cancer changes your life. I mean, you look at life differently. You decide that little things don't matter. Family's the most important. I definitely have an outlook on life that spreading kindness, doing nice things for people, I think it just puts a reality slap across your face saying life, family, friends, those are the important things. Everything else doesn't matter.